With the NBA season only a week away, it's time to make some predictions for the upcoming season. I've done my standings predictions videos by now, which you should go check out after this one, but now it's time to get into the awards. In today's video, I'm going to be predicting every award winner for the 2022 NBA season. So the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player, etc. You get the idea. I'll also be predicting who I think will win the NBA championship, and in each award, I will give a couple of honourable mentions too, as many of these races were extremely close and hard to decide on. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content like this. I'm trying to reach 18,000 subscribers before the season starts, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that all being said, let's jump right into these award predictions. Sixth Man of the Year, Jordan Clarkson. The Sixth Man of the Year is always a hard one to pick, but after Jordan Clarkson's enormous year on Utah in 2021, it's hard to not back him in to win it again. Clarkson was instrumental to the surprising success of the Jazz last year, averaging 18 points a game on solid efficiency. He adds depth to the Jazz's second unit and has been able to become the guy offensively when Donovan Mitchell rests. With the Jazz hungry to run it back in 2022, I think we can expect another big season from Clarkson as Utah aim to get back to the top of the West, and it's one that I think will result in him winning another Sixth Man of the Year trophy. As for an honourable mention here, I have Jordan Poole. I'll be completely honest, I had Jordan Poole as my original sixth man before I properly started writing this video, but I've changed my mind because I think he'll end up playing too many games as a starter. With Klay still out till Christmas, Poole will get time to shine alongside Curry in the starting lineup as indicated by Steve Kerr, which is already looking phenomenal in a couple of preseason games. But when Klay does return and Poole inevitably loses his starting role, expect him to become one of the better second unit players in the league, even if it's not possible for him to end up walking away with this trophy. Again though, Clarkson's my tip for now, but be sure to keep an eye out for Jordan Poole as well. Defensive Player of the Year, Bam Adebayo. I'm expecting Bam Adebayo to take a leap both offensively and defensively with Kyle Lowry, which is why I see him getting the Defensive Player of the Year. The connection in the preseason we've seen is a great indicator of things to come. And with Adebayo looking in the best shape of his career to date, it's hard to go past him right now for the award. Adebayo has been somewhat in the conversation for the DPOY in previous seasons, finishing 4th last year and 5th in 2020. But again, I think he's ready to take that leap into becoming one of the league's best defenders as the Heat try to make up for a lost 2021 NBA season. Other guys in this conversation will be similar to last year's, I reckon. Gobert will be up there again, and if Simmons does ever play in 2022, I imagine he'll be in the conversation too. But I think the votes will end up being in Adebayo's favour. We'll see how it all plays out, but I definitely would not overlook Bam for this award going into next season. Rookie of the Year, Cade Cunningham. The Rookie of the Year this season could arguably be the most exciting race out of them all. The 2021 NBA draft class is absolutely stacked and looks to be one of the deepest in recent memory. There are plenty of guys in the first round alone who could make a case for an all-rookie team. However, Cade Cunningham was the first overall pick for a reason, and I think Detroit will realize that. The Rookie of the Year is all about stats, and out of any rookie, Cade is likely to get the best stats, plain and simple. This is because Detroit is likely to immediately trust him and give him the keys to the offense, allowing him to maximize his statistical output through plenty of opportunity. Compared to other rookies, this makes him leap out as a clear top candidate. Jalen Green is going to be behind Christian Wood and KPJ initially. Mobley may struggle with his frame initially in the league and will be behind Sexton and Garland too. Josh Giddey is behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Suggs is competing with a bunch of guards for opportunity. So overall to me, Cade is going to get the best opportunity out of any rookie to showcase his talents. There's a whole lot of other reasons why Cade is most likely to win the award this season, but you all know how skilled he is. Again, he was the #1 pick for a reason, and I think Detroit are going to utilize him as such. Barring any injuries, he's my favourite to lock up this Rookie of the Year this season, and I'm very excited to watch him and the Pistons play. Most Improved Player, Jordan Poole. One young bright spot for the Golden State Warriors during last year's underwhelming season was Jordan Poole, and I think he has potential to reach new heights in 2022. As I mentioned earlier, he has the capacity to be a Six-Man of the Year candidate on a now healthy Warriors side, but as I mentioned also, that may not be possible depending on how many games he starts. With that said though, I'm even more confident we'd see Poole win the Most Improved Player next season and have a big breakout year. Jordan Poole struggled to start his career, shooting horrendously to begin it, and it seemed that trend would continue throughout last season until Poole had his stint in the G League. While there, it became evident that Poole had been utilized incorrectly by Golden State and that he was much more effective as a ball handler and someone who controlled the offense rather than a spot-up shooter in the corner. Once returning to the NBA, his confidence had grown and Steve Kerr got him rolling in a more suitable role. And since, Poole has not stopped improving. Since returning from the G League on March 1st, Poole had a 38-point performance, 4 games scoring 20 plus points, and another 5 games where he scored 15 or more. That's just a sign of what's to come on a more consistent basis this upcoming season. We've seen even more flashes in the preseason too, including a 30-point performance against the Blazers. I know it's just the preseason, but it still provides some good indicators of what we could see during the season, and considering Poole was playing similar minutes to what he'll get in the regular season during that preseason game, I think it really is a big sign of things to come. The Warriors had an interesting offseason this summer, not exactly an elite one, but what they did do was seemingly open up plenty of time for Poole to play point guard next season, either next to or behind Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. There are not many guys at all on this roster who are going to take Poole's minutes outside of Steph, so I think it's evident that the Warriors want to use him as a key element of their offense. For that reason, I have firm belief that Jordan Poole will continue to elevate his game next season and have a breakout year, and in the process, place himself firmly in the conversation for the Most Improved Player. There are plenty of other guys in the league who could break out next season, like Kevin Porter Jr., Terrence Mann, and more. All of those guys will develop and will garner more opportunity. However, out of any of them, I think Poole's leap is going to be the greatest. Maybe only second to Kevin Porter Jr., but I'm backing in Poole today. As someone who was counted out heavily by fans early on in his career, this turnaround is great to see for J. Poole, and it's one that I am confident we will see more of in 2022. Most Valuable Player, Stephen Curry. There are a lot of great candidates for the MVP, but none stick out to me as much as Stephen Curry. Curry was statistically the MVP last season. His impact was historical even, but a lack of wins by Golden State made it pretty hard for him to earn enough votes. Curry's numbers of 32 points per game on 48, 42, 91 shooting splits was simply absurd for a player with his supporting cast, so it's crazy to think how he'll play with a better roster next season. With Klay coming back in a couple of months and the Warriors bound for a resurgence into the top 4, if Steph is able to average similar numbers to last season, maybe like 28, 6 and 6 on 48, 42, 90 shooting, he'll certainly be the front runner for the trophy. I think guys like Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo will provide a strong case as well for the award, particularly Jokic, seeing as he doesn't have Jamal Murray alongside him and will have to do some pretty big carrying on offense sometimes. But I think at the end of the day, the safest and likeliest bet is Curry notching his 3rd MVP in the last 7 years. The MVP this season though is very unpredictable, and to be honest, there's not one major standout candidate that looks like they should be able to easily win the award, so this could go either way. Today though, I'm backing in Curry, but we'll have to wait and see who gets up. NBA Champions, the Brooklyn Nets. If healthy, these Brooklyn Nets are going to be very hard to stop. The offensive firepower this team has is ridiculous and historical, and will be one of the toughest teams to match up against in a 7-game series. There are still some question marks around Brooklyn that did tempt me to have another team here instead of them, like Kyrie Irving's availability, how they'll manage Harden and Durant during the regular season, and if injuries will still remain a problem for them. But personally, I see the Nets being as healthy as they've been in 2022. Even if Kyrie ends up missing a whole lot of games, the offensive firepower of Durant and Harden is still stupidly overpowered, and they have one of the more talented supporting casts in the league behind them, featuring guys like Blake Griffin, Patty Mills, Paul Millsap, and Nicholas Claxton. A lot of things could go wrong for Brooklyn and prevent them from winning the chip, but I think that would be overdoing it. On paper, no one stacks up quite like Brooklyn does, so it's why I have them winning it all in 2022, regardless of the uncertainty around Kyrie Irving's playing future. Other teams I think will be in with a shot are the Bucks and Lakers, and I reckon you could even chuck in the Warriors or the Heat as a smoky to come away with the Larry O'Brien trophy. Right now though, it's hard to go past the Nets, who've proven, when healthy, they're the team to beat. So as of the 9th of October, 2021, I have Brooklyn going all the way this season. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? Do you agree with my predictions for each award? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, and also be sure to drop your own award predictions as well. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.